Welcome back, everyone. Today's explainer is all about cutting through the absolute mountain of online hype to bring you a highly actionable, no-nonsense tutorial. We're talking about making actual money by training AI models. If you've been searching for a realistic, honest way to leverage your skills remotely, well, you are definitely in the right place. Let's get to it.
Here's the game plan for today. We'll start with the reality check. Look at what the work actually is, walk through a 6-step guide, do a quick platform comparison, and finish up with some essential pro tips and warnings.
First up, the reality check, where we break the illusion.
So, if you've spent, even 5 minutes online lately, you've probably seen those super flashy claims. People promising you can just sit back and make easy money while you sleep, letting AI do all the heavy lifting. Which brings up the absolute biggest question everyone has when they look into this. Is this passive income? The answer? A hard, undeniable no. Let's be real for a second. This is active freelance work that requires serious, locked-in focus. You are definitely not just sitting there blindly clicking buttons. It takes genuine effort, highly competitive, unpaid assessments that can literally eat up hours of your time and a ton of active concentration. Plus, project volume can be totally feast or famine. Some weeks you're swamped, other weeks dead quiet. You really have to treat this like skilled gig work, not some magical get-rich-quick scheme. That is the only way you'll succeed here.
Oh, and here's another absolute non-negotiable reality check. You strictly must be 18 or older, and you'll have to pass government ID verification. No way around it. This isn't just the platforms being annoying. You're signing binding legal contracts and operating as an independent contractor, which means strict tax reporting laws apply. So hey, if you're under 18 right now, consider this explainer a fantastic future research tool, but you won't be able to sign up today.
Okay, moving on to part 2. What the work actually involves.
So what does this actually look like day to day? Basically, these massive AI companies need real human feedback to stop their systems from going off the rails. It's a process called reinforcement learning from human feedback. In plain English, you're basically the human quality control checking the AI's homework. You'll be rating AI responses to see if they're actually helpful, safe, and accurate. Sometimes you might have to write crystal clear prompts totally from scratch, spot logical or factual mistakes in a block of code or text, or even do domain-specific data labeling. It's really hands-on.
Now, let's talk numbers, because the earning potential gets incredibly interesting, especially if you bring specialized skills to the table. For entry-level generalists, assuming you have really solid reading and writing skills, you're looking at starting around $15 to $25 an hour. But if you're a domain expert, that's a massive bump. If you have verified expertise in coding, STEM fields, medicine, or law, you can easily expect $30 to $65 an hour. And honestly, sometimes even higher during peak demand. Your unique knowledge literally dictates your pay scale here.
All right, part 3, the 6-step guide to actually getting started.
Consider this your master blueprint. Step 1, research the platforms. A pro tip here, just start with one so you don't completely overwhelm yourself. Step 2, prep that application, meaning get a polished PDF resume ready that highlights your specific skills. Step 3 is setting up your profile and getting that photo ID verified. Now, pause and pay close attention to step 4, taking the assessments. This is the ultimate gauntlet where most people either make it or break it. They are completely unpaid, they can take anywhere from 1 to 4 hours, and you have to follow the instructions flawlessly. Seriously, flawlessly. If you pass, you're on to step 5, which is starting actual projects, and then step 6, managing your taxes and finally getting paid.
Let's look at section 4, platform comparison, where to actually apply.
We're going to break down the top legitimate platforms in the AI data annotation space right now. First up is Outlier. They actually feature a weekly pay structure based on the hours you contribute, which makes them fantastic if you're in STEM or you're a domain expert. Then we have DataAnnotation. They pay after project completion, and users frequently report they have an incredibly steady workflow once you manage to pass their initial expertise-aligned assessment, of course. Finally, there's Alignerr, which leans really heavily into specialized expert roles across a bunch of different fields.
But I do want to inject a quick dose of realism here, specifically regarding Alignerr. Recent source data flags that they have some mixed user reviews right now, mostly regarding payment consistency and platform support. So while they advertise these really high rates for specialists, some users are running into payment hurdles and account issues after they've actually done the work. It's just a really important reminder that you've got to stay adaptable. Project availability and platform stability are going to fluctuate wildly across this entire industry.
Which brings us to our final section, crucial tech requirements and warnings.
I really cannot stress this enough. Do not try to do this on your phone. Trying to do this kind of rigorous work on a mobile screen is just going to lead to incredibly slow, highly error-prone results. It's just too small for reading complex guidelines, comparing side-by-side AI responses, and typing out detailed feedback. It will drive you crazy. You absolutely need a reliable laptop or desktop computer, ideally running something like Google Chrome, to pass these assessments and actually maintain the high-quality work these platforms expect.
And that brings us to what is easily the most vital warning of this entire explainer. Please listen to this. Do not use ChatGPT or any other AI tool to complete your tasks. Think about the logic here for a second. These companies are paying for human reasoning to fix their AI. Using an AI to do the work is completely counterproductive. And trust me, it is highly detectable by the platforms. Doing this will get you permanently banned and they will strip your earnings. Just don't do it.
To quote the platform guidelines directly, the entire point of the work is genuine human feedback. Do the work yourself. Your authentic human judgment, your unique ability to reason, to fact-check, to communicate clearly, that is quite literally the only product you are selling to them. Don't compromise the whole thing by trying to take a shortcut.
So to wrap up the practical side of things, here are your absolute best practices for long-term success. First, specialize wisely. Pick 1 or 2 areas where you actually have real strength. Second, always prioritize quality over speed. Rushing through tasks just leads to bad ratings, which means fewer opportunities. Third, master the specific project guidelines. The rules will change from task to task, so you have to be adaptable. And finally, track every single penny you earn for your 1099 taxes. Treat this like a true professional gig, because that's the real key to unlocking those higher-paying tiers.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground today, from the somewhat harsh realities of active contract work to the exact roadmap you need to get started. I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. What unique domain expertise will you bring to shape the future of AI? Seriously, take a look inward at your own skills, your hobbies, your education. Start your application journey honestly, have some patience with that grueling assessment process, and you just might find a highly rewarding way to contribute to the next generation of tech. Keep learning, stay focused, and use this explainer as your guide. Catch you next time.